Hey guys, welcome back for another episode. This is Game Boy Reaper, and we're here to talk about another movie review. In this movie review, we're going to be talking about Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So this was like the second movie after, in the Indiana Jones line going on, and the fact that the movie starts with Harrison Ford playing as Indiana Jones. He somehow shows up in China. Obviously, he was trying to do, he was just trying to get the, the trade that he was trying to do, and it went from a good trade to a bad trade, and it was like he was on kind of like dealing with the wrong people. But from him going from there, and then basically the mob going like, we have a nice little trap for you. He literally got trapped in this. He got trapped in India. So like literally he comes to this village, right, and everything, and he's like, look, I'm just trying to get back to like a major large city that's in India, so I could be able to just get back home, and then I could also help out this lady who's with me. And then he had his he had a new friend that was with him, and they were like, the elder of the village was like, look, you need to help us out. We have a huge problem. If you help us out, then we'll help you be able to get to your big city, get you to where you actually need to get going. So I mean, he goes like, all right, I'll go and help you guys. And I mean, yes, he goes to this temple that's like, it's like got royalty and everything. And they go to have dinner and stuff, and my goodness, the dinner was like, it was definitely, I mean, like a lot of the food there was very exotic. I mean, come on. You're going to have dessert for monkey brains? Now, I don't know if that's actually a real thing. It might be in some countries, but to me, that was like, that's really far out there. Like snakes, I've heard that, and then tarantulas, I've definitely seen that one. But like, I don't know. I think the monkey brain one for the dinner scene, that might just be a little bit too much for some people. But yeah, I mean, he goes. I felt like this adventure for this movie was like another really fun one, like the first one was. It was just, this one was like, he didn't go to many places like he did in the first one. Like in this one, it literally took place in like two places, like maybe like I say probably like 5 or 10 minutes in China, and then literally the rest of the movie was in India for the most part, which I don't have a problem with or anything. I liked it that like the main setup was basically, he had to go and help this village problem, and trying to find out, what was wrong with this palace. Because like I say, like you see the dinner, you see they go and have dinner, but literally underneath all that, the prettiness, once you open up the closet and see all the dirt that they really are actually running, it was like, oh shoot, they're running something really corrupted down here. And it's kind of like he not only had to get the important item that the village needed, but at the same time, the village wanted their people to come back. Now, mind you, I was like, wow, dude, like, it was just like, I think my favorite part of the movie was when him and his partner in crime, the little Asian boy that he was with, he was like, he was telling the woman like, look, you need to freaking unlock this lock or we are going to die. He's like stressing it to the T, like, you have to help us now or because he's like, Dr. Jones, I did nothing. It's like, oh my god. He's frantically trying to survive, just like the boy's trying to survive. And I think it's a classic, with his movies, like, especially with this one, where, like, they finally get out of that trap, but the fact of the matter is, like, the trap starts to go down again, and then he almost, like, he drops his hat and then he has to grab his hat and then pull it out just before it fully closes again. Because I mean, literally that trap was like a death trap. For for anyone who got stuck inside there. But aside the point, this movie was a lot of fun. This movie would get like a B+ from me. Like, it had the whole, okay, you had a little bit of mini adventure, but then at the same time, you had like a little bit of like, the somewhat ways the story was a little bit more darker, a little bit, just the way it was going. But then at the same time, it was really fun with like how the female that was tagging along with Indiana Jones, where like, especially when she was at dinner, she was just like, I have lost my appetite. Like, there's almost nothing I want to eat. It's like, there's nothing I want to eat. Like, this is too disgusting. She was acting like the classic girl where like, this is not normal food. I need normal food. This is too much for me. Even though in the early scenes when at the village, basically she saw the food and it's like, this is only rice and beans. He's like, Dr. Jones is like, eat it. It is like, if you're not going to eat it, you're basically insulting me and embarrassing me. And it was like, yeah, you're right, because you're not respecting their culture, because, where she came from, like, food scarcity wasn't a problem. But in that village, food scarcity was a big deal. So, like, the fact that they're giving up their meal for that day, it was almost like she didn't want to show any appreciation. But Dr. Jones had to let her know, like, hey man, you're in a different place. Not every, he's like, this place is not getting as much food as like where you came from. So you gotta be grateful for what you got right now, because they're basically trying to be considerate of your well-being. Now you gotta accept their consideration and just show your gratitude to them, basically. But yeah, I thought the movie was great. Anyway, yeah, so if you guys, we love you guys will help out to smash like button, leave comments below, and yeah, I will see you guys on the next one. Pow!